Hello, everyone. Welcome back. I am so happy to be here with you again for the weekly Priestess Rise Up transmission. It's been a little while because there's been so many changes happening in everyone's life, I know, and I'm just delighted to be doing this now. I want to share, I realized the time I'm now in Mexico, so the time difference thingy kind of got me a bit confused. But we're here today at 2:30 every week on Wednesday, 2:30 Central. That's when it will begin. So I'm delighted to gather today on the Lionsgate portal, right? This really important time, this really activating time to receive so much light from your soul, so many blessings, so many miracles. And if you're watching this and it's not August, it's a whole other month, then that's perfectly fine because you will be receiving the blessings and activations whenever you're guided to connect with this transmission. So today, I really wanted to spend some time just really dwelling, immersing yourself in your beautiful light. So one of the things that came up, I taught a masterclass earlier today, Mother Mary Diamond Light transmission, where we did, it was all sorts of activations and healing and reflecting on what is the unique qualities of your light and lots of other things. And so one of the things that came up was, reminding us that your light, right? That unique light within you that is so needed in the world, that nobody else has a light just like yours. We are all equally gifted. The Divine Mother, Divine Father blesses all of us, right? With this unique fingerprint of the divine, right? This unique, in this moment, I'm using the imagery of this beautiful diamond light because Ascended Master Mother Mary is what she brought to my awareness. And so it's not, when I say your unique light, it's not to say that your light or my light is better than other people's, but it is to recognize that each of us has a specific quality to this light that brings specific blessings and miracles to the world. That's what I'm talking about. And when we enter into ceremony, when you embark on your healing journey, when you seek professional help, all of those things, which if you're drawn to this transmission, I'm sure you've been on that healing journey for so long. All of those things, what they're doing is they're clearing away anything that blocks that light, anything that hinders or sometimes even prevents you from fully embodying and aligning with that light that is already within you. What does that light encompass? Unconditional love, compassion, creative solutions, wisdom, generosity, all of the things. Hi, Suzanne. I was just going to ask, who's here? Good to see you. And so, if you think about all the needs of the world, you understand how important your light is. And even if you don't, even if you're going through a darker time right now where you might not be feeling that your light is important or your light is not only important, is essential to the healing of the world, well, you were drawn to this transmission for a reason, is for you to remember how important it is and how needed it is. And also to remember that shining that diamond light does not require perfection. We're on the human journey. And what does that mean? That means that we are going to have a lot of initiations. We are going to face all the things that humanity faces. We are divine beings, but we're on the earth plane. We have an egoic structure. So we're going to face fears and insecurities. And some of us, if part of our divine purpose is to bring healing to the world, to be in some form of leadership, whatever it looks like to you, then some of us might have experienced an extra amount of initiations and things that might have really made you feel unworthy or insecure or like there's still so much healing left to do, or like things have been harder for you than others, all the things. But the truth is that, like, if you're watching, my prayer is that the people I'm helping, the humans I'm helping, are those that have a deep heart's prayer to be a healing for the world. And so, those of us who had that prayer, we often signed up for like an accelerated training journey, right? So everything you've experienced in your life has been part of the training to prepare us for these times, for the times where the collective is awakening, where there's a collective breakdown, where there's all of these challenges happening that require this type of leadership that's unconditionally loving, that is discerning, that is compassionate, that is fierce, all of the things. So everything you've gone through until now has really been preparing you for that. And so today, so in the Mother Mary masterclass that I did earlier, we spent a whole hour on that, really talking about that and, channeling messages from Ascended Master Mother Mary and so on. And so for this priestess transmission, what I was really guided to do was to spend some time when we enter ceremony to dwell in your diamond light. It sounds so simple, right? To just dwell in your light, immerse yourself in your light, let yourself just be marinated in your diamond light. I do want to say, by the way, if you missed the masterclass and Mother Mary ceremony, it's still available, the replay. So if you would like to purchase that, send me an email and I'll be happy to send you the replay. But in that class, one of the things that came up was really reminding us, Mother Mary was a human as well, right? When she walked the earth, she was a divine being having a human experience. And she was a master because she was so devoted to following her heart and following her soul's guidance. So she understands what it's like to be a human. That's why I love working with ascended masters, right? They led a human life. And then through all of their training, all of their initiations, all of their beautiful legacy of love that they created, they ascended and now they're here to help us. So Mother Mary understands that when you hear things, when I'm talking to you, please know I'm talking to myself as well. When we hear, oh, connect with our diamond light, activate our diamond light, our ego structure is always going to want to convince us that what this means is that we're flawed. We don't have that diamond light now and we need to get it. But the truth is, your diamond light is already within you, no matter what is going on in your life. And all that we're doing is opening up to it. So, whatever problems you're still facing, addictions you're still trying to heal, which, when I say addictions, they come in all sorts of shades and sizes, right? We all have some sort of addiction, right? Whatever relationship you're still healing, codependency, all of the things that we're all dealing with in one degree or another. It is as we have the willingness and the courage and the presence and the commitment, as we cultivate those divine qualities, those mature spiritual qualities, then we start to open up so that that light within us begins to heal even more all aspects of our life and the world. And so, as simple as it may sound, thank you, Jill. I'm glad to be back too. To dwell in your diamond light, marinate in your diamond light, it's actually quite revolutionary and radical. Your egoic structure, all of ours, will try to convince us that, oh, that's too simple. That can't really make a difference. We have to go do all these other complicated things. We don't have time right now. I'll do it later. Why? Because our ego structure is programmed to constantly distract us from that diamond light. That's just how it's programmed. It's not to make it evil or feel like we're at war with our ego structure. No. But it's just to remember, oh, our ego structure is programmed that way. It's programmed to look outside of us, right? And so, of course, when we say, well, let's dwell in our light, what if that was a commitment, a practice that you decided to do for the next 21 days? That, you know, twice a day, three times a day, or like Mary Magdalene, I feel so connected to Mary Magdalene, another amazing ascended master. I was it July or June? I honestly, back in June, was in France on a whole Mary Magdalene pilgrimage. There's that legend that Mary Magdalene was taken up by the angels 7 times a day. There's paintings, if you haven't seen, of that. She's kind of being lifted up by the angels. And I mean, that literally might have been happening. I have no doubt that could have happened. But I really believe it was an internal, what that is reflecting is that 7 times a day, she was going within and tuning into her divinity, right? Into her divine light, immersing herself in her soul's light. And so maybe you, for the next 21 days, you're like, oh, I'm going to do this 7 times a day, 6 times a day. Even, I mean, it could be 30 seconds. I mean, I'm not suggesting that's what you need to do, but I'm inviting you to be open to what message your soul gives you about this. How transformative. That's not even the right word. That's not enough of a word. Like, I really do think it's radical, it's revolutionary to decide that. In my book, Answering Your Inner Calling, I talk about the interrupter rituals, right? Little moments throughout the day where you pause. This is what this is. This is a version of that. Dwell in your light. And what does dwelling in your light mean? What does immersing yourself in your light mean? What does letting yourself be marinated, right? Like a tea bag, right? I love tea. So even if you don't, you can imagine a beautiful tea bag with the most healing herbs, and maybe it smells so divine. Like these lilies smell amazing. I so wish I could transmit. In fact, I am going to transmit that beautiful smell of the lilies. Don't be surprised if you smell them now or later. But this beautiful tea bag that contains all of this medicine. And, now that I'm here in Mexico, I'm really connecting to my ancestral lineage in a deeper way. And plant medicine is so big here. So imagine that tea bag that represents you. You're a tea bag. You're a walking medicine tea bag. And yet, just like tea, it needs to be steeped, right? It needs to be steeped to release all of the healing qualities. And so what we're doing when we're marinating in our diamond light, as we're going to do shortly, we are being steeped. Right? We're practicing, just as Mary Magdalene did 7 times a day, remembering the truth of who we are. That's why Ascended Master Jesus, I know I'm using all these kind of Christian mystic Ascended Masters, but I'm also very connected to others, but they're really present right now, would say, be in the world, but not of it. And that's what's required of us, to be in the world. The world doesn't need leaders that are spacey and just like, oh, I'm just talking to angels all day long. Don't tell me about the world. Like that. That's not what's needed. And I'm not judging that. I've been there for sure. But what is needed is grounded spiritual leadership. And so but the only way that can happen is to have that practice, that daily practice of marinating, steeping yourself in your diamond's light, to remember the truth of who you are, and then move through the world from that place. So let's go ahead and do that. And if there's anyone else here, I would love to see who's here, where you're joining us. If you're new, I meant to say at the beginning, I got a little thrown off because I started and then I realized, oh my gosh, I'm an hour time difference from where I was before in Chicago. Anyway, all of these things. I was like, but this is episode 52. That's what I wanted to say, episode 52. And yeah, I was going to say more, but actually let's just go in and do this. Yes. Let's go turn on our tea bags, marinate our tea bags. Diane, so glad you're here as well. And how perfect, right, to be doing this during the Lion's Gate, right? It was this high holy day in ancient Egypt. There was all of these beautiful alignments over the pyramids of Giza. So I'm really feeling, Isis and Hathor and Sekhmet present as well. And so they're all in this accelerated portal that we're in. We're going to steep and marinate. And so I invite you to take a few moments and connect with the earth underneath you. Feel the earth underneath you. Some drilling just started outside the building. I don't know if you can hear it, but if you can, we're just going to understand that it's part of the transmission. It's drilling all the stuff out that we need released. And so feel those roots of light going deep, 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 deep into the earth. Feeling really anchored, because when you do your steeping of your tea bag, you want to be grounded. So even as Mary Magdalene was taken up by the angels 7 times a day, she still understood that she had a mission here on earth, that her physicality was still needed here for all the great work she had to do. And so that's why we ground first. And now feel that earth energy coming up, up, up to the crown of your head. And then bring your awareness to your heart. You can bring your hands over your heart center as I'm doing, or just bring your awareness there, whatever feels right for you today. And then close your eyes. And as you close your eyes, welcome your beautiful soul who is always with you, of course. But right now, with your intention, your clarity, your willingness, you're welcoming your soul. And see your soul standing in front of you. Maybe she looks like you. She's taking on the form of you, just radiant, more radiant. Or maybe it's just an outline of light. But there she is. And I'm just using the pronoun she, understanding that our soul is beyond gender. So whatever pronoun you want to use is totally fine. We're just going to use she. So she is standing before you, and she's holding this amazing, gorgeous, beautiful diamond. And as she holds this diamond in front of you, she's like holding it, and it's radiating. Suddenly it turns on. It's just radiating the most amazing spotlight, this beautiful, radiant, holy light. It is so bright, and yet it doesn't hurt your eyes. It doesn't feel too intense. There's this divine grace, holiness quality to it. And you recognize, oh my gosh, that's my diamond light. That's a holy light that comes from within you. But in this moment, you're seeing it outside of you. Your soul's holding it. And she's like, okay, we're going to marinate. So get comfortable, right? As we imagine again, you're that medicine, that tea bag with all of the beautiful different herbs and flowers and the beautiful aspects and facets of your medicine, of your life's training, of your gifts, of your light, of your joy, of your sadness and sorrow. Everything, everything, everything is part of this amazing tea bag that's going to create the most delicious healing tea ever. And how amazing that each of us has that. So let's go ahead and just see your beautiful soul in front of you holding that diamond light. And welcome, I'm just feeling Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, Kuan Yin, Isis, Hathor, Green Tara, and so many others that are just standing around. Your beautiful enlightened ancestors are also standing around you. And so now I'm just going to be quiet for a few moments as we just let ourselves marinate in our soul's diamond light. Just let yourself receive. If you find yourself distracted, just come back to I'm just going to let myself receive, receive, receive. And now I invite you to see before you that your soul has set up this beautiful table with a beautiful cup. Your cup will look different than others' cups. To see that beautiful cup that has this beautiful tea, this medicinal tea. And as you get close, the smell, the scent is so beautiful and healing. Maybe it's a floral scent, maybe it's more earthy, but just feel this beautiful scent. And you can tell by looking at this tea, like, oh my gosh, that is the most healing, healing tea. And so you take this beautiful cup of tea, and it's just the perfect temperature for you. You're not going to burn yourself. It's not too cold, it's not too hot. And you're going to take a sip of your own beautiful medicine now. And you bring the tea down, feel that tea immersing your cells, your whole body. And now notice that there's this team of angels that are coming forth, and this cup of tea is like a magical cup of tea that never runs out, like Kuan Yin's vase of compassion. And they're taking this cup of tea and they're filling all these other little cups. And these angels are saying, this is what's going to happen with your medicine. We're going to go out and send your beautiful tea out into the world. And so if you're willing, if you feel ready, if you say yes to that invitation, say yes right now to this beautiful team of angels that Mother Mary has sent forth, that your own soul has sent forth, and watch them as they go out into the world. They're flying there. I don't know why I'm seeing them in little scooters, but whatever. And they're just taking your tea. They're taking the cups of tea to all of the people that are waiting for your medicine. And so you will find them, they will find you. It is written, it is done, it is so. So coming back as your soul, your ancestor, enlightened ancestors, all of your beautiful guides, your angels, everybody thanks you and you thank them. Come back to your space, your room. If there's anything, actually, hold on a second. Let me ask your soul and higher self to integrate this beautiful activation across all 4 levels of your being: physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, across all dimensions of time, all parallel lives. And we bring the palms of our hands together and we bow to each other in a beautiful namaste. Namaste, everyone. And so if there's anything you need to write down in your journal, go ahead and do that. If you want to share anything in the chat about how that was for you that was so amazing to me. I didn't plan that. It was just like, oh, tea bag tea. Now we're drinking our tea. What? This is amazing to be in this space. And I just loved the angels going out and serving our tea. I was like, oh my gosh. And there was such thirst. There were so many people that are just waiting for your beautiful elixir. So if you want to share anything, please feel free to do that. So a couple of things. We'll be here every Wednesday at 2:30. And also there was something else I can't remember. I'm getting settled into my new home, and there's a lot of that in between space that can be uncomfortable, but is also so fertile and creative. And so if you are an in between, I'm sending you so much love. I know what a stretch that is, right? When you're not in the old, you've already taken the step to the new, but you're in the new and you're still kind of like, whew, finding your bearings. It's such a blessed time and such a tender time. So I'm sending you love if that resonates with you. I'm just going to pull a card for the group and then we'll be done for today. Oh, and to remind you, if you are looking for a coach, a mentor to support you on your soul's journey, to share your diamond light, to share your unique medicine, to up-level, expand your beautiful career, creative endeavors, I would love to talk to you. Go to my website, lisaespinosa.net. I'll put it in the description. And go to free consult, and we can do a free consultation. It's about 45 to 60 minutes long to talk about what it is that's unfolding in your life. What are the results you're looking for? and what is really the path that's going to get you there, right? And then, of course, I'll share how I might be able to help you. Okay, so let's do this now, and sending you the Kala Lily blessing. Okay. Oh, you know what? Okay. Just remembered something. All right, well, what I remembered when I was doing that, so I'm going to do two cards. I pulled a card before we started, so I'm going to read this one because I feel it's very important. I embrace my body. I honor and embrace all of my body. I am receptive to her specific needs. So this is really important. Look at this beautiful card. Like what this is saying, one of the most important parts of sharing your diamond light is tending to the temple, right? The altar, the church, although that word might not resonate, the ashram of your diamond light. So this is saying take care of your beautiful body. Not judge it, not be perfectionist with it, but just really listen to what it needs. And then the next one is self-renewal. As I clean out old energies, I have more space for that which wants to be birthed into my life. So perfect. Create the space. Space is grace, really. All right. Thank you, everyone, for being here. I'm so excited to, continue to connect with you as I'm, integrating into my new home here. And I know there's so much awakening within me that I'm going to be sharing with you. And I know there's so much awakening within you. And I'm just so delighted and honored to be walking this path with you. And so we will see each other soon. Oh, and if you would like to purchase the Mother Mary Embody Your Diamond Light Masterclass, send me an email and I'll be happy to send you the replay. It was really amazing. Hello, everyone. I know there's more people, but I don't know who you are. I see Suzanne, Jill, Diane. So anybody else who's here, thank you for being here. And remember to let people know that they can join us every Wednesday. Bye, everyone. Talk soon.